At the top left hand corner here you've got design preview, which is on what it's set on now. Once you've designed it, then you can go on to print preview, and that will take you to the page where you can choose your A4, your cards, your 12 by 12s, etc. And it gives you the full page of what your page is going to look like when you print it off. Now the top right hand corner is where all the designing goes on there. So if you go right to the very top, you've got design category. Click on that and up will come all your options. Now the first one is balls there, as you can see. So click on that and you can see all the different balls, and you can scroll through. You've got tennis balls, rugby balls, shuttlecocks, all sorts of things in there. And you go to the next one and you've got a blank. This is great if you need a blank piece of paper to start just putting backgrounds on. Then you can go to Shield 1. You've got all the different shield shapes in there. You can scroll through them and choose. Then you've also got Shield 2. Different shapes again. Then you've got shirts. You've got various different shirts. And again, you've got different combinations there. So it could be a rugby shirt. It could be a football shirt. It could be a horse racing shirt. You can make it any kind of shirt that you want. You've got V-necks. You've got crew necks. You've got all sorts of different types of shirts. Then you've got lots of sporting icons here. Basically everything is more or less covered on this. I'm sure we've probably missed one or two out, but you can go through here. But we've also got lots of generic designs in here. So if you want something that's really unusual, you can find a cup or a scarf or a rosette and make it into that sport. But you've got here things like canal boating, boxing, you've got canoeing. There's caps there, so if you want the baseball caps you could do that. You've got a sideways one, you've got flags, you've got croquet. We've tried to think of everything. So you've got 1, 2, 3 sections there, and you've also, well, 2 sections. You've also got the last one there, which is some more basic equipment, like you've got cups and rosettes. Fantastic. Also at the top right hand corner is the image options. Now when you put your designs on the page, you can make them bigger or smaller. Now if you just click on any of these, if you're clicking that down, you can see they both work together, the numbers there, and it goes down and makes it smaller and smaller. But you can take that tick off there, and then these will work independently. So if you want the design to be more wider, you click on that and make it wider or smaller. Or if you want it taller, they both work independently. So it means all your designs, just by clicking on there, you can stretch them and they will just form any shape that you want them to. You can even go here and do vertical flip and horizontal flip. So you can put those on and you can actually make your designs go upside down or back to front, mirror image and that. So that's a very useful area to work with. Next I'm going to take you through the text section on this area. Now you can add any text here and move it around. So say you've got a shirt on your sheet, you can add text to that. Now if I want to put in top team, I can do. So I'll just do T-O-P, see that? And then I can go down and T-E-A-M. So I've got top team. Now if you can have a look at the shirt, you can see I've got top team now there on that shirt. Now I can make that bigger just by going to the size option there, and you can see I'm making it bigger and bigger and bigger there. Now I can also go to the colour and I can click on the colour and it will pop the colour and I can choose what colour I want. And let's have a nice pink one. And the pink will change, and if I do accept, it'll change the colour to pink. Now if I want to move that text around, I can just click on the alignment section and then it'll move it to the bottom, or I can move it to the top, or I can move it to one side if I want to, so it fits on the page layer like that, or I can move it to the middle, or I can move it to the right hand side, and I can move it down to the bottom as well if I want. So you can move it all the way around there. Now you've also got on here as well, let me just move that back to the middle, and in the middle there. Now you can also alter the gap in between, so I can make them separate more. You see how that's moving up there now just by clicking on the gap, and if I move it down, it'll move closer together to each other. I can also go to the fonts, the different fonts, and at any time I can click on a different font and it'll change. Now when you've clicked on the colour section, this screen will pop up. Now here at the top you've got click to choose. Now you've got an option, so you've got text, you've got all these different options of textures and that you can add to your lettering. You can make it look like silk or metal, or put shading through it, or special effects, whatever you want. I could click on this one, which goes dark from one side, light to the other. So if I click on that and then just put OK, as you can see there on the screen now, it's orange into pink. But I can change these colours. I can do that there and change one side into yellow, and I could do the other side into blue. And you can do all sorts of different effects there, so that when you click on that, your text will be yellow and blue. Now this next section here is where all the colouring goes on. This side here is your background colours, and this side here is your textured colours. So if you've got a shirt or something, you can make it a silk shirt or a metal shirt, or add fabric or add shading to all of those. So I've got a shirt up there now. Now let me just show you how you add the colours. Now I've got that shirt on the screen there. Now along the bottom left hand here, you've got a row of numbers. This is literally paint by numbers, but using the computer. So if you click on number 1 there, the back will be the area that will actually change. Now the good thing is that's set on print preview at the moment, but if I go back to design preview, you can see you've got like lines going across. This is great for designing. Now it's designing your design preview, then when you've designed your shirt, go into the print preview. And then I can go back, and that first colour at the back there, I can choose a colour. So let's have a nice green colour there at the back. Put green, and then I can go to the click on choose different textures, and up will pop all the textures and shadings. You've got loads and loads there. You've got lots of different shades. You've got skies, you've got ribbons, you've got grass, you've got metal, you've got water, you've got tires, you've got silk, you've got all sorts of different designs there. So let's have a look at some grass. So where's the grass one? Where's the grass one? You soon get to know where everything is once you've used it a little while. Anyway, I can't find it. What I'm going to do is put some leaf dots behind. So I'll click on that and then put OK, and I've got leaf dots behind you. Now I've got them green and blue, but I could do, if you go back to the right here, you go into the texture one, and you can change that blue to another colour. You could have that in pink. Or let's have it in yellow so it stands out more. So now you've got the background in yellow and green. Now you click on the next number, number 2, and you'll get those little vertical lines through it, and that tells you what's lit up. So what's lit up here now is all the line work. At the moment it's black, but I can change that to white if I want. I can change that to blue. I can change that to yellow. I can change that. I think I'll change that to purple. So I've got nice purple lines. And then you just work your way through. Click on number 3. And then it's the collars there. So I've now white collars and cuffs. So I've clicked on that there. Now I'm going to number 4. Just click on number 4. And then you've got the main collar there. So I think I'll give that a nice red stripe through there. And then I can go to number 5. What's that bit? The top bit. So let's have him in... So let's leave that in blue, but let's have a lighter blue. Change that to blue there. There you go. Number 6 is the one underneath. No, it's not. It's the inside shirt there. So what colour should we have that? So that's blue. So let's do it the same colour blue so it matches back and front. There you go. Number 7. What colour should we have that? That's the sleeves. Let's have those in. Let's try a few things. You've got lavender. No, maybe not. You've got, actually, let's put dark blue on there. There you go. Nice dark blue. And then number 8. Have a look at that, and let's see what purple looks like. There you go, that looks fantastic. And then if you go to none, it allows you to see it. Now you can go back at any time to any of those numbers and add textures now. So I like to colour it in first. So if I went back to 4, say, what's that one? No, not 4, let's go to 5. That's right, the top there. Then I can click to choose, and it will pop all the different textures again. And I just go through those. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a little bit, I'll tell you what, let's turn it into a satin shirt. So where's satin? Here I go again, can't find it. Or silk, is it? Where is it? Let's have a look. Keep going. Oh, there you go, satin. Is that satin effect there? Click on that. Click on that, and you can see the top there now, it's got a satin effect. Now it's green and blue, but if I do it like blue and, let's see what it looks like, white. Oh, nice. So let's go to the one below there. Is that number 6? No. Number 7? No. Number 8? There you go. And I can go back And I can make the bottom there satin as well. Click on there, satin. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? It's got a kind of different colour there. I'm going to change that to white again. So you've got purple and white. And I can go back again and do the sleeves if I want. Was that number 7? Yeah, number 7. So let's click on there and do some satin leaves. So when you're doing all these different designs, you can do it into all sorts of things. Go to none, let's see what that looks like. There you go. Anyway, I've designed that. It's a little bit camp, but never mind. There you go. You've got literally thousands, nay, hundreds of thousands of options. Well, the options are endless because you can change it to whatever you want. You can add whatever text you want. That's just basically how you can design it, but you can design it to your heart's content. It's so easy to do. Now, if you want to clear your designs at any time, you've also got all these options down here at the bottom. You just click on clear there. If you want to save a design, so you don't have to keep going back and designing it, you save it and you put a title to it and save it on your computer. If you want to bring that back, you just press on load. Now down here we've also got a print grid. You've got multiple print, center, 12 by 12s there. So if you want the print grid, what happens when you've got it on the main picture? So I'm printing on preview grid now. Just click on that and it will pop a grid. Now you've got an option here of having it in centimetres, which it is there, or you've got ½ inches. So it just helps you when you're making your designs bigger and smaller. You can get the exact size that you want. You can also click on 12 by 12 and it will automatically print out at the size of a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. And again, you've got your grid on there. If you want to move your design to the middle there, you just click on center. And if you want to make your design multiple, you want a multiple design, click on there and it will multiply. But obviously if it's too big to multiply, you have to make it smaller. So as I keep making it smaller, it'll just keep adding the designs to the page. Now, as you can see, when I'm making that design smaller, it's multiplying, but the text is staying the same size. So you have to go back to the text and just make it smaller until it fits back onto the coat there. So it means you can put any text. Now, you've got text on every shirt there, but if you go to inlay text and page text, at the moment it's set on inlay text, but if I put it on page text, you will just get one text in the middle there. If I just make that bigger so you can see it, you can see there you've just got it once. You can see that growing up there, top team. In fact, what I'm going to do is change the colour so you can actually see it a bit better. So let's have it in black so you can see it better. Pop there like that, and you can see that's now black top team. But I can also move that around just by clicking on this here. Again, I can move it around the scrapbook page, so you've got total control there. And just by playing with the keys and how you type it in and that, you can put words and text and whole sayings and poems if you want, wherever you want on the page. Now down here at the bottom right hand corner, you've got a little strip here and it says normal. If you click on that, you've got two more options. You've got vertical card folding and horizontal card folding. So if you want to make a vertical card, you just click on that and you'll see the picture move over to the right hand side of your sheet. You'll also get a line going down the centre. Now this is just on the computer. When you print it out, it won't be there. It just helps you guide. It just tells you where your crease is. This will automatically set it up for a C6, well, 2 C6 cards. Now that design is obviously too big, so I can start making it smaller just going back to the width and the height there, and just keep making it smaller till it fits. And it's just fitting there now, and you can make this as big or as small as you like. Now you can get 3 on there if you want, or if you want to stretch it so you've got like one long card, you can stretch the design. So I'll just take that off, but I'm going to make 2 C6 cards, so I'm just going to do the height and make it taller. So I'm stretching that shirt down until it disappears, and just backtrack a minute. There you go, it's disappeared. Then just go back a few notches until it reappears, and then you've got 2 cards there with top team. Now top team is not fitting on there, so you just go back to the size and make that a little bit smaller. Again, if you want to change the shape or the text or the colour and that, you can do that as well. If you want it vertical, so it's a vertical fold, say you want an A5 card, you go back to that and you do horizontal fold. Now you can fold it so it kind of opens up like a sandwich board. Or if you want to do an A5 card, you need to go back to print settings here, click that on, and you want to set it, instead of portrait as it is there, set it for landscape and click OK, and you'll see it will change. And then you need to go back to vertical fold and it will put the card there. And then again, you can go back and make that bigger. So I'm going to put it on so they both work at the same time, height and width. And I'm just going to make this fit an A5 card. And again, just making it a bit bigger, then take off the ticks. So I'm just working on the height now. Click that and you can stretch it and you've got a fantastic A5 card. And if you press center, it will just line it up so it's exactly in the middle. You've got a nice border all the way around. Print that off onto a piece of card and you've got a fantastic card. Now at the very bottom of your screen there, you've got print. That's where you just press on that and you go through the print process. Then you've got print settings, so you can set it for best, all your normal printing settings. And then you've got something called tile printing, or it's kind of mosaics. Click on that. And all the designs that you've designed, you can actually print out as squares, make your own mosaics. You can make them 1 centimetre square, 2 centimetres square, 3 centimetres square. This is great if you're doing mosaic work or iris folding. You can make fantastic strips. And you can go up, you can have no borders, or you can have wider borders on them. You see, you can play around. And you've got so many options here as well. You've got images, you've got mirror images, you've got vertical, you've got upside down and all that kind of stuff. Then you've also got, if I go back to 1 centimetre and then make the border disappear just by bringing it down, so I'm making the border down to 0, there's no border there at all. And if I go on to strip printing, take that off, I can go to horizontal, so for iris folding it's brilliant, or vertical. And if I want wider ones, I'll just go to 2 centimetre. So there's so many things you can do on this as well. You can change the colours of the borders. So say I've put borders on that. Let me just go back, turn that off. Let's go back, and I can put different coloured borders in there. And just click on coloured borders. And again, you can just create loads and loads of different designs by adding these. And again, when you want to print that off, you just press print here and you can print off what you've designed. Now down here at the bottom left hand corner, you've got another option. You click on click to choose and up will pop some options. You've got like kind of a scroll that you can put on your design, or behind it you've got a circle, which is great if you put a football, or if you've got Alan and Barry best team, or whatever your football team is. You've got shields here that you can fit the designs onto, different shaped shields, and you've also got cup as well. So if I take that circle first and click on that, you can see I've actually put a circle around the top team. You can see the blue ring has gone round there. Now you've got some other ones you can put it to fit behind. So if I click that, scroll behind, the ring will actually go behind. It depends on the design you've got. Sometimes you want it behind, so you've got like the cup in front. Or you can make it fit inside like that, just by clicking fit inside scroll. Now, no matter what you've put here, whether it's the scroll or the circle and that, you can add text all the way around here as well. Now you'll find that down at the bottom. Now I've got the circle there, but I say it could be the scroll or whatever. If I want to add some text to that, what I do, you've got your font name, so you've got a choice here. If you click on that, you can scroll through that and choose whatever font you want to use. But I'm just going to leave it on Arial for now. Now if you want to put text along the top half of the circle, you've got here bottom scroll text. Actually that's the bottom there. Excuse me. Then you've got the top on the right here. So if I want to put on the top of it Alan and Barry, I click on that and I can put and you can see that I've put Alan and Barry around the top. Now if I change the colour on that, so there's the main colour there, and I can choose yellow maybe so you can see it better. There you go, you can see that, you can see the black standing out. And if I want to do different coloured line work, I can. And I can also add text, not texture to go through it. So I can put that line work accept, and say I want the font colour, and say I want it to look like satin, make it match. I can click on the satin and click on that, and you've got the satin effect there. Now I've got it in black there, so if I change it to purple and blue, say, accept, then the actual lettering will match the actual shirt there. So I've got the lettering in satin effects. Hey, brilliant. Now if I want to put some lettering at the bottom there, then I can put in top team. So you can add whatever you want. So you've got loads and loads and loads and loads of different uses there, which is brilliant.